Thank you for checking out my presentation. My name is Iman. I'm a fourth-year doctoral candidate in criminology, and I'm excited to share with you some of my ongoing research on prison-based religious groups. First, some background. Faith-based prison programs are designed to reduce inmate misconduct, improve coping skills, and help individuals succeed throughout their sentence once they return to the community. These kinds of programs are incredibly popular with policymakers, practitioners, and members of the public. But we don't know a lot about what contemporary religious life looks like for a lot of prisoner groups. What do inmates use religion for? How do they think it helps or hurts them? Or how did their practice change during COVID-19? These are just a few questions that we've yet to answer. The most understudied group in modern contemporary religious research is Black Muslims. Little has been written about their experience since the 1980s and 1990s. In the 1960s and 1970s, Black Muslim prison groups played a huge role in the civil rights movement, fighting for a bevy of religious rights that are still enjoyed by prisoners today. Black men who converted while they were in prison, like the famous civil rights leader Malcolm X, helped propel Islam into Black communities around the country and bring this religious ideology into the mainstream. Since mass incarceration, when the number of Black men in prison has skyrocketed, there is little sense of whether political and social activism is still motivating conversion to Islam among this population. To investigate these questions, I use a prison-based sample of 30 men, each from 2 state prisons in Pennsylvania, so 60 men total. I don't restrict my sample to certain demographics so that I'm able to compare each demographic group to the others so I can understand my populations of interest. I use a qualitative survey with open-ended questions related to background, religious practice, both in prison and before prison, and the effect of their religious practice on relationships and their expectations for the future. I also pair these studies with interviews with men who converted to Islam while they were in prison, which allows for a holistic picture of how religious programs are used and how they impact life after prison. This research will have important policy implications for understanding faith-based prison programs, and I hope they will be used by practitioners to improve their services.